welcome back. It's Tuesday and the 5th, and we're tracking a whole lot weather-wise, and I do mean a whole lot. Just to get you a bit up to date, we're talking about high pressure still well in place, giving us dry conditions like we saw today. Cold, but dry with some sunshine, and we'll see that high pressure and dry air all the way through Thursday. There is an upper level disturbance that's coming in alongside, somewhere along with the return of some milder air that will yield rain into Friday night, the 50s Friday and Saturday as well, so certainly temperatures are going to climb towards the latter part of the week. However, there's a cold front coming, and that will give us a chance of some more showers late Saturday, Sunday, with some wintry mix possible. And as that all starts to work its way out, Arctic air pushing in behind it. And Arctic, you know what that means and what that feels like. We'll have more in your forecast in just a few moments, as there indeed is a whole lot of ground to cover there. Limited details at this hour, but possibly an update forthcoming before I leave you tonight. What appears to be a double fatal fire in neighboring Morgan County, and what appears to have claimed the lives of 2 residents there. All we know is that the 519 Volunteer Fire Department responded to the home on Rockhouse Branch Road in West Liberty shortly before noon today. When they arrived on the scene this morning, the home was already engulfed in flames. There was evidence and personal effects such as a car, items in the vehicle, and other things, as well as statements from neighbors that indicated that the couple which resided at the home may still well be inside. And in fact, after the flames were extinguished, 2 bodies were discovered and recovered from the home. An arson investigator has been called to help determine the exact cause of the fire. No identities released as of airtime, but possibly some more details in just a few moments. Around 3:30, 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon, as I was preparing last night's show, dealing with several auto accidents, or at least a few. There was another that took place in McGoffin County, this on or near 460 and 1081, 460 west that is, where 2 pickup trucks collided. A small child did go to the hospital. The other most seriously injured passenger would have been one of several hound dogs which were actually in a box inside the back of the other truck. Glad to report that all the people inside were cleared medically, either on scene or after a trip to the hospital. But you can certainly see indeed it was a violent crash. And we also have reports tonight coming out of Johnson County about 4 young women involved in a serious 2-car collision last evening as well. McGoffin Rescue, the Bloomington Fire Department, which was nearby as well, and the McGoffin County Sheriff's Department, specifically McGoffin County Sheriff's Deputy Neil Adams, all responded to a 2-truck collision. And you can see this was a near head-on collision, if not head-on, on a smaller road. In this particular instance, it's believed that a slower rate of travel is responsible for the injuries not being any more severe or serious than they were. It happened around 3:30 yesterday afternoon. 2 pickup trucks, a full-size driven by Matthew Young, and a smaller or mid-size pickup, an S10 series driven by Henry Howard, collided on a stretch of 1081, just about a half mile up 1081 off of 460 near the old Millard Hensley Elementary School. I'm told that in Young's full-size Chevrolet truck, the one you see here facing your direction from the screen, if you will, was his wife and child, I believe I'm told. The small child, as a precaution, taken by ambulance, according to Adams, to an area hospital, but was restrained in his safety seat and suffered only some minor abrasions and or scratches, but was taken as a precaution, as you can well imagine. Mr. Howard refused medical treatment at the scene, but was taken by family members later that evening and medically cleared from his injuries as well. There was a dog box in the back of Howard's vehicle containing about 3 or 4 hounds, one of which was seriously injured from the impact as well. The accident remains under investigation by the Johnson County Sheriff, of course, by the McGoffin County Sheriff's Department and Deputy Neil Adams. The Johnson County crash. Johnson County Sheriff's Deputy Tim Clark says he is very glad to report that there were no what appears to be life-threatening injuries sustained, although there were some serious enough to warrant life flight to a trauma center in Huntington, West Virginia for the driver of one vehicle. Injuries from what he said it appears as though at this hour she will recover from. It was all part of a 2-car collision between a Honda passenger car and a Ford pickup truck yesterday evening. These photographs taken by Deputy Clark as part of his investigation show the damage done to the two vehicles. The same truck is shown in two different photographs to the left of your screen. Nevertheless, he says that a 2014 Honda CRV was traveling southbound on US 23 near the junction of 1750. That's in the Hager Hill community. The operator, an 18-year-old Cheyenne Combs of Knott County. She also had three other younger or relatively young female passengers in her vehicle. The other pickup truck, a red F-350, was operated by Charles Bradley of Prestonsburg, and according to Clark, says it appears as though pulled out from 1750 and into the path of the white Honda passenger car. Charles Bradley refused medical treatment on the scene. We know that there were two passengers who were thought to be possibly unrestrained in the white Honda. A front passenger made contact with the windshield, it appeared as though. The driver of the Honda was taken by air after a landing zone was established nearby to the St. Mary's Hospital in Huntington. All three other passengers, including the one in the front seat who went into or through the windshield, possibly in part, were taken to the Paul B. Hall Medical Center. One is believed to have been later airlifted. We're not sure of the identity or which passenger it was or to which medical facility she was taken. Clark said that he did speak to all three females while they were at the local hospital. The driver was, he last believed, said to have been in serious but stable condition. No DUI charges, nothing of that sort appears to be a factor in this collision, but an accident that happened between the two cars. Following up on some high-profile and federal investigations and cases, I found the following information earlier today while checking on a pretrial hearing, which was set for today's date for Mayor Bob Porter of Paintsville, a pretrial hearing which was canceled. We've also gone back to confirm court dates and the next proceeding for four defendants in a case here in Magoffin County, including our magistrate in District 1, Gary Rooster Reisner, who alongside three others faces federal vote buying charges. It appears as though the case is continuing on schedule for Paintsville Mayor Bob Porter. The last court record we have, as is here on your screen, is a summons for him to appear and be in court on January the 8th. That is this Friday, when he is scheduled and set to be in Pikeville Federal Court with his attorneys in regards to answering charges of 2 counts of theft of government property. He, alongside former utilities manager Larry Harold, both indicted on 2 counts, as well as Harold being indicted on a count or charge of lying or giving false information to the FBI as a part of the investigation into Bob Porter. His time once again set for this Friday for a next hearing in U.S. District Court in Pikeville to be arraigned, that is, this Friday at 11 a.m. A few other motions have been entered into fact in his case, including an order of courtroom decorum and trial procedures, which is just customary, instructing defendants and attorneys how they are to hold themselves and not slow down the process. No derogatory comments, anything of that nature. A standard issuance in a courtroom decorum order. A similar one also issued in the case of Gary Rooster Reisner, magistrate of Magoffin County. Reisner's case, and I may have misspoke a few moments ago, Reisner's case is the one that was to see a preliminary hearing earlier today. However, pursuant to the court's pretrial and discovery, the matter, which was assigned for a motions hearing before the judge today, a review of the records revealed that there were currently no pretrial motions that had been filed, so today's pretrial hearing for any motions indeed was canceled. As for Gary Rooster Reisner, he and his 3 co-defendants all are still set to be in court for a pretrial conference later this month, Thursday the 28th at 11:30 in Pikeville before the Honorable Danny C. Reeves. Now, that is a pretrial conference set for Thursday the 28th. Jury trial is still set for all 4 defendants facing numerous counts each of vote buying. Magistrate Reisner facing 8. Nevertheless, the jury trial is still set for February the 9th to begin at 9:30 that morning in Pikeville Federal Court, once again before Honorable Danny Reeves.
As for any other indictments, we have checked, and at this hour and at this time, there have been no other indictments of any nature released pursuant or pertaining to any type of an investigation similar to the one that involves the magistrate and his 3 defendants.
To local announcements, I think everyone's still kind of trying to get their wheels turning in the bright new year. It's kind of like a reset in a whole lot of ways. With that said, still a brief but McGoffin Farm Bureau sponsored community calendar.
And it starts off with a birthday wish. It says a happy 65th birthday. I got that one wrong. To the tune of a few years. To your credit, Dallas. A happy 65th birthday to Dallas Patrick from the Fritz Church of God and all your friends and family, including your old friend Sarge Rao. Happy 65th to Dallas Patrick. A boil water advisory has been issued by the Sagersville Water Works for the area and residents living along and near Route 40, beginning at Johnny B. Holbrook's to the Falcon Post Office. Any customers in that area are advised you need to boil your drinking and cooking water for at least 3 minutes until further notice. This issue just earlier today by, once again, the Sagersville Water Works, Route 40, beginning at Johnny B. Holbrook's to the Falcon Post Office. A reminder, it's the last night for Revival. If you were sticking around to catch the show before running out the door to be a part of it, we want to thank you for that. It did start at 6. It will be ongoing for the remainder of the evening. Revival at Sagersville First Baptist Church, and this is your invitation for their last night of a 2-night service at Sagersville First Baptist Church here in downtown Sagersville. If you got a calendar announcement, birthday or otherwise, send it to us. We'll tell everyone about it. Birthdays and anniversaries, of course, and announcements like you just heard. They're free, and this is all the ways you can get them on, including dropping them off here at the studio on East Maple Street above the Sagersville Post Office in downtown. And lastly, remember, you can catch the program the following day on yournewstoday.com. Funeral arrangements have now been set for 24-year-old Brad Lee Wallen of Old Lick Creek Road, who passed away on the 3rd, the son of Kearney Wallen Jr. and Lisa Saylor. And besides his parents, he's survived by his son, Dalton Wallen, and his fiancée, Crystal Fitzpatrick. Visitation will begin after 6 o'clock tomorrow, continue all day Thursday, and then up until services, which will start Friday at 11. We've also received word, my apologies, the McGoffin County Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements for Mr. Wallen. And we've received word of the passing of 77-year-old Sandra Reed of Grape Creek, who passed away at today's date. I'm told that arrangements are incomplete at this hour, but to be announced soon, those two by the McGoffin County Funeral Home.
Some sporting news tonight. The Lady Hornets hosted the Lady Lions from Boyd County last night, where Boyd County made a tough go of it for the home team.
Hornets hosted Boyd County last night. The Boyd County Lady Lions were 8-2 coming into last night's game, with only losses to Wyoming East. I'm assuming that Wyoming. I only know one. And Rowan County, probably not. Nevertheless, the McGoffin County Lady Hornets were 6-4 after 2 losses in a row. 2 wins in a row. My apologies. That was wins over Betsy Lane and Leslie County. Nevertheless, the Lions started putting on pressure early from the tip, jumping out to an early 10-2 lead in the first 60 seconds of play. Getting across the timeline proved to be a challenge for the first few minutes, but when they did, Leslie Howard here made good on it for 2. And she recovered an attempted steal for another jumper from the same territory. But Boyd County amassed a 29-16 lead at the end of the first quarter, 50-29 at the half. And the final score last night, the Lady Hornets would go down without one of their star players, albeit 84-47 your final score. Jazzy Howard was noticeably out of the game last night. Just a minor illness, under the weather, expected to be back in for this weekend's play. Leslie Howard, though, went down, and here you can see with a turned ankle. I just got off the phone with assistant coach Doug Green, confirmed it was a sprain, but she is out for the next few games at the very least. She was carried off the floor last night in some discomfort and obvious pain, but we're glad to report nothing more than a sprain at this time.
The Lady Lions go on to 9-2 on the season. They are currently sitting third in 16th Region Girls High School basketball behind Russell at 11-4 and Rowan County at 10-5. Rowan County, as I said, one of their only 2 losses. As for the Lady Hornets, they get a few nights to rest. Their next game, a road game, this Friday. They'll be traveling to Greenup County. Tip-off set for 7:30, customary time. And then they've got back-to-back contests as they will be home Saturday hosting Belfry this coming Saturday evening, same time, 7:30. We'll keep you up to date on our local area teams, as I'm going to keep you up to date on what appears to be right now our last item of business per your Licking Valley RECC forecast.
Like I said at the top of the show, high pressure giving us dry air all the way through Thursday, but we've got an upper level disturbance around the corner and the return of some milder air that will yield rain into your Friday and some above average temperatures for Friday and Saturday, a cold front thereafter, and some Arctic air beyond your forecast predictions tonight. We'll lead up to that slowly. A low of 12 degrees for tonight. Mostly clear, light wind, if at all, a light and variable wind. It's going to be another cold one out there. Fortunately, no winds to add insult to injury with a low of 12 degrees. Tomorrow, I expect that we'll see 45 degrees midweek with plenty of sunshine tomorrow. Light and variable wind, very little to speak of. Partly cloudy skies tomorrow night. Nighttime lows will improve to about the 20-degree mark. Now, that's your Wednesday with a lot of sunshine. Thursday, still more sunshine, mostly sunny skies, very few clouds above, and temperatures still continuing to climb. They'll do so Thursday to the tune of about another 6 degrees, so be it. 51 for Thursday's high, and you'll check out Thursday night's low, much more comfortable and mild with 38 degrees expected for the overnight. You'll also notice that while we have mostly sunny skies during the day, showers and clouds roll in. Showers are likely mainly after 4 in the a.m. Thursday night/Friday. So keep that in mind. Dry conditions all the way through the end of your Thursday for all real intents and purposes. But Friday, things change with showers likely and a high of 55. Temperatures not where we should be for this time of January. Nevertheless, 55 and a low of 42 on your Friday. Warm air and that upper level disturbance giving us some showers and precipitation, a half-inch, a good estimate across the board for everyone, I think. Showers will continue into your Friday evening and into your Saturday. And it's actually kind of twofold. Saturday, we've got a 30% chance of showers early with another daytime high in the 50s, right at 54 degrees, mostly cloudy. And then by Saturday night, that's when the next system rolls in, and with that, more of a chance of showers. Now, we're talking mainly around 3 or 4 in the a.m. Saturday into your Sunday morning, but nevertheless, showers moving in Saturday and Sunday. Sunday temperatures are going to hold steady right in the mid-40 range. The forecast doesn't reflect it yet. I've got 36 on Monday with some sunshine and then 37 on Tuesday, but we could be in for some Arctic air sometime next week at the end of all of this happening. We'll track that, watch that, and hope for the best at this point.
That's going to wrap it up for us tonight. We hope you have a warm one. We hope you have a safe one as well, wherever you may be. And we hope to see you back here tomorrow night for more of your news today. Thank you for watching.